Like what K. Michelle said, I think that's a sentiment with a lot of women. I don't really feel like it's accepted for black men to cry because, we're looked at as leaders of the household. So like when women see that, they look at us as weak. But also too, like no one can just hold in all those emotions and not let it out. It's not realistic.
You
know what I'm saying? We're humans. So I say like for, especially with black men, like we should probably have a therapist so we can have those conversations and kind of have that outlet. That way when we look at our women, we're not really having that side. But I do believe black women should be a little more comfortable with men showing their emotions because, we carrying it a lot. And like, me and Cody said, like a lot of times it overflows. Now if a just out here beating up,
crashing out,
he definitely need therapy. He definitely
need jail. Fuck straight jail. But like it's kind of like expecting men not to have their emotions. It's kind of like having like looking at this water bottle and you filling up this water bottle all the way to the top and expecting it never to overflow. Oh, it's overflowing. Weak ass water bottle. It's supposed to happen. It needs an outlet.
Yeah. Even like what came.
I hate when men go from if men are emotional, it's automatically like how do we go from crying to he needs to be locked up? Why do we do that to make other people feel comfortable?
Because sometimes when black men are on a space and they want their shit to go viral, you got to kick other black men's backs in so that the women will comment and be like, yes, y'all do need therapy.
Yeah,
if you beating our ass, then you need jail time.
Yeah, which is not the majority of men, not even close to the majority of men.
And we're talking about men being emotional and not feeling comfortable about crying in front of their wives, because then we got to address the real issue.
Well, okay, so let's address it because this keeps coming up. Can men cry? All right, men are human, right? Men cry. Absolutely. Period, point blank. All right, all humans cry. Men are human.
Yes.
Men cry. All right. Now, the question that I have is, right, like, what does that activate in that woman or your woman, right? So, because it's going to depend on what that crying is coming from, right? Mm-hmm. You watching Fences, you know what I'm saying? You see a good scene, you tear up, reasonable, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man sacrificing himself for the Avengers. You see yourself as Tony Stark. You're like, man, this is you get emotional, right? Like fair, right?
Okay.
All right. Sad crying is not going to activate your woman. No. Or afraid crying, right? If you are afraid, it's not going to activate your woman, man. Like it's not. So if it's just like a normal like human, reaction, it's perfectly okay. But we don't have to sit here and lie like, if you're terrified and then she looks at you terrified and then you're terrified, like she's not going to feel assured.
Nah. And I don't think that's what they were getting at. But I mean,
but that's kind of what he ran to, just like, men crash. I was like, like that's not the range of emotions for a man that has tears, right? Yeah, tears of joy.
It seemed like bruh was trying to, the big dude, it seemed like he was trying to go from crying, and Clay said, if a dude getting therapy, and then somehow somebody threw in physical abuse. I don't know how that got there. I really don't know how it got thrown in there. And as a person who clip videos, I can see a clip.
Yeah.
I can see where the clips come in at. And so, and Clay mentioning physical abuse, the dude responding like, no, you got to go to jail. I get that. I look at crying as, your woman is never going to respect you if you crying because you're afraid, unless it's something that really deep down that you're afraid of. Not that we walking down the
like an asteroid hitting the earth.
Yeah, that.
And you see the asteroid coming in, you start crying,
or something real like, I'm about to do a big change in my life and I've got to sacrifice and whatever, and I'm afraid of what's coming next. Maybe she is going to be there to comfort you, and I get that. But my biggest thing is, if your woman is not cool with you crying, you probably with the wrong woman.
Facts.
Like if I'm crying, and we are going to cross out the obvious, right?
Yeah, right.
Death in the family, childbirth.
I definitely cried during childbirth.
I didn't. I cried when she told me we was having a baby, and then I got scared of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Reasonable.
Mike was at my wedding. I don't remember. At the altar, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
We excusing that, and but I have been with a young lady, and I've been scared. Not scared, but it's like, so many emotions built in, and you end up crying. But I knew that woman at that time was the right person, because it wasn't like, no, nigga, what you doing? It's never that. Now, let's get to what they really talking about. Some women aren't comfortable with, and dog, run, get away from her. And I'm talking about days. If you are going through something emotional and that woman is looking at you like, who are you? And you once you calm down and you realize like, damn, she really just shunned me for expressing my emotions. Cause some dudes, I've known people, dog, like I've seen some dudes in school who's about to beat somebody's ass and they started tearing up. And I knew that, yo, bruh, that is I'm so angry right now. I'm tearing up and he about to kill somebody.
Yeah. I've definitely seen it. Again, I'm gonna say this, and y'all can disagree as much as you want.
Ooh, y'all disagree, please.
All right. If you're crying from fear, it's never gonna get respected.
It's never
gonna get respected. Like you can sit here and play with this as much as you want. Right. It's not gonna be like that's not your job. Your job, unfortunately, is to be the keystone. Like that's your job, right? Yeah. All the pressure falls on the keystone. So as a man, you know, there's going to be times where, yeah, you might want to cry, but you might need to say that shit for the shower.
You talking about physical afraid?
No, I'm talking about any kind of afraid. But physically afraid, like no one, when you're the keystone, nobody wants to know that the keystone's about to fall out. Because when the keystone falls out, everything around it crumbles. That is sort of your job as the man, is making sure that the family's okay. Like, so sometimes, that shit's just going to be you. Yeah, because it's, especially if it's something that's going to be temporary. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something. It's like, just absorb that shit so the family don't have to realize it, they don't have to know it, and it never affects them. Yeah, does it affect you? Yes, but that's your job as the keystone as a man. So I know a lot of y'all are going to disagree, but the disrespect when men do the opposite is just it's too broad. It's never been accepted in society. So for anyone to say like, no, it's okay, like no, you're looking for leverage.
Absolutely. And a podcasting pro tip. If you got more than so many guests than cameras on your podcast, stop using y'all phones and these cheap ass cameras to keep recording. Just put a camera on 2 people and put another camera on the other 2 people. Like for them to have 4 guests, and I know they had to be using 2 camera phones. Oh yeah.
It was tight. And also being sad. Women do not like men being sad, man. I'm sorry, fellas. You don't like 10 days out of the month, she gonna be sad. And then 10 days out of the month, she gonna be horny. And what those days gonna be, we don't know. Yeah. So you can't throw your sadness in, like, not a consistent sadness. Like, so you can't come in crying sad because she need her sad days and she need her horny days. So, afraid and sad crying is just, it's never gonna be accepted. So stop trying to ask for it to be accepted. It's not going to be.
Man the fuck up. I wish we can
I
wish we can go back to saying that.
We need to. Because guys got to get back to it because a half of the complaints, like, especially like when you see like a Chris Perry that'll post, men should be out here paying for everything, right? He's so far off that this dude is in the escort world, right? But if we was to get back to manning the fuck up, where like, men did just, provide and said yes and no to what we can and can't do,
escort prices will go down.
Escort prices would go down, but also there's more of a happiness that come through when someone is commanding, us to be in our purpose and to be content. And look, I know that shit's rough when you out here doing what the hell you want to do. But one of the things that I know for a fact is that a dude that's consistently sad and always crying, nobody wants to be around him, and a dude that's always afraid. Dudes don't even like messing with dudes in the streets that are afraid because he's dangerous.
If you can't fight, you can't go to the mall with your homeboys when you in high school.
Yeah. So it's like, so those are the truths, man. And we gotta stop pretending that things that men do are not, aren't required, wanted, or even desired anymore just because you got a bunch of simp ass, punk ass, bitch ass dudes that's running around, saying the panda shit.
Top places you can't go if you can't fight with men because you a pussy is hold on.
Basketball court.
Ma.
What?
I'm on the pod. You called me.
Oh, you on the podcast?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Tell Mike I say hey.
I'm right here. How you doing, Mom?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Now, see, you know what?
Mom,
when you be on the podcast,
Gabby gonna have to cut this.
Ma.
When you may say one or two little bad words, but Gavin just be getting in. I said he wasn't supposed to be saying words like that.
All right, Ma, I gotta call you back.
We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it down. We're doing good today.
No, we not.
We trying.
Yes, you better. All right, Pastor Mike, Reverend Mike.
Good day, Ma.
Bye.
Definitely not cutting that out. Top places you can't go if you can't fight: the mall, the club, the basketball court. Sorry, Mike is 100% correct. If you are afraid, those places, you never go to the basketball court, the mall, or the club looking for issues. But you do understand that y'all need to be able to count on my dogs.
Yeah.
We there.
Back in the day, we too over that.
Yeah, we too old.
And then our malls even exist anymore?
No. Unless it's North Lake Mall where No Grease is located
back in the day. I'm talking about like 20, 30 years ago. Jeez, goodness. I'm old.
Shout out to Columbiana Mall.
I am
a Columbia Place Mall with the Sears.
Which
one got the Sears?
Used to be Columbia Mall.
Yeah, that mall is ratchet.
I don't even know if it's still open. Columbia Mall was that was it back in the day. Columbiana was like the nice mall, but I think they're all ratchet now. I mean, it's Columbia.
It's Columbia.
It's Columbia.
Yeah. Jeez. Shout out to Columbia. We love you.